that's been a powerhouse at this division. And Wes, like you talked about earlier, just an uncharacteristic game against Venezuela in a run rule loss yesterday. 1-1. Lee puts a bunt down. Back to Sanchez. He will go home. Attack quickly. He's out. John is tagged out at home for the second out of the inning, and that was a quick play by the battery. South Korea might review.
Well, guess what happens now? The sign guys have to wake up out there.
It will be a review as South Korea manager Min Sog-jong will ask them guys. Have them make the call out in right field as they take a look.
It was very, very difficult. Now, this is a tremendous play from Sanchez. He just uses his glove, flips to Aguilar. Watch a quick tag by Aguilar. Now, what we have found out...
Oh, yeah, there's the tag.
Yeah, this is a tremendous call from home plate umpire Guy Bill.
And, Wes, how about the knowledge by Aguilar to not block the plate and give an open lane and still able to swing that arm around for the tag?
Yeah, well, again, these are well-coached clubs. And you see him right there, Aguilar out. Watch how quick the hand goes down, though. Boom. He's already got him right there.
Out in right field, the sign guys. Right field replay
tag, and there's your out.
They've got the out sign on their look. But, Wes, it was plays like this yesterday for Venezuela that allowed them to score so many runs and beat South Korea by 12. See it one more time. Looks like that tag gets Ji-won John on the knee as he slides in.
Well, I think what you can't assume right here is that Aguilar's tag does not make contact with the runner. This might be a good look if Mr. Vilt, the home plate umpire, could please move. Move your leg, please.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's enough to overturn that.
Sanchez, the pitcher, bare hands his ball. Watch Sanchez, and it's a jump toss to Aguilar.
Yeah.
Tremendous play. Got nothing but an out right there.
Talk with Mexico manager Samuel Jimenez about Aguilar as catcher and just how much of a captain he's been for this team. Here comes the call. It stings. So South Korea has just one challenge left. Sign guys are correct with their out call in right field. 10 for 12, pretty good average. And there's two down.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If somehow Mexico can get out of this inning, getting out of a second and third with no outs mess.
And now they have Lee in between first and second. Tag on. Lee is in time to get him. Mexico with two great plays in the field to put down South Korea in the top of the first. Picked off by Sanchez.
Mexico laying out some defense, and you see the pick here, and then Paulina, the first baseman, with the run and the good tag, and Mexico's out of a big mess heading to the bottom of the first.
There's the Mexico order. Mateo Aguilar has done a lot of big work for this Mexican team. 3 hits, has driven in 1 run. And we saw him at his best with a great tag for the second out of the inning. And then Sanchez, who will lead things off with a pickoff move. And Mexico is out of a tough jam in the top of the first. There's manager Samuel Jimenez, just 26 years old. And I can tell you, pregame warm-ups, he was energetic, fired up, really encourages his team to play hard. Mexico faithful have made their way to Livermore to try and see their team play for an international championship with a win in this game. It'll be Sanchez to lead things off. Took down Australia 11-6 in their last game. And on the mound for South Korea, So-hyun Lee.
Okay, this is his favorite food, hamburger, not cheeseburger, Sam. Hamburger.
Just the meat. Doesn't need the extracurriculars.
Well, hold on, it's not just the meat. There's a bun that comes with it. There's lettuce, there's tomato, you like onions, there might be thousand, there might be mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. Might throw some jalapenos on there.
He's already pitched twice so far in this tournament in 2 games, but he's only gone 1 collective inning. The pitch by Lee is in for a strike on a fastball by Sanchez, and that's the thing to watch out for with Lee is the velocity. Their coaching staff telling me that his pitches have a lot of bite and movement to them as well. He's given up 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout so far in that 1 collective inning across 2 games. Ball and a strike on Sanchez.
Well, you expect both of these clubs to use their best that they have today, because if they lose today, they cannot win the title.
Everything on the line. 1-1 pitch incoming. Off speed. There's the movement for a called strike 2. Sanchez so far in this tournament, a couple of singles, has driven in 2 runs. He's walked 3 times, only struck out once. Also been hit by a pitch. Line the other way, foul. Watch out over on deck. Carlos Valdez had to move out of the way of that screamer. Lee's 1-2. Sanchez waits on it. Called strike 3. A touch on the outside corner for Lee, and he puts out his first bat.
Well, that's the toughest pitch for any hitter is a breaking ball that goes around the outside part of the plate. Sanchez didn't like it, but it's a good pitch right on the outside block.
Oh, a good start on the mound for So-hyun Lee. Also batting in the cleanup spot. Here's Carlos Valdez, the shortstop for Mexico. Lee's first pitch. That is nasty. He might have more movement on his pitches than what we saw from Joo-won Lee, who started the first 2 games for South Korea. There's another nasty one. He's got Valdez on his toes right now, down 0-2. Mexico coming off an 11-run performance. 2-strike pitch. In there, called strike 3. Back-to-back, backwards Ks for Lee.
This is fastball middle. Locked up Valdez.
Has come out in relief in the first 2 games for South Korea, now starting his first game in Livermore. It's Julian Resendez, the number 3 hitter for Mexico. That first one is electric. Strike 1. And South Korea saved their best for when they needed him. A couple of hamburger lovers on the mound and at the plate right now. No one misses. Lee is trying to put down the Mexico order in order. Resendez makes contact and it skips over on Kwon at third base. Into foul ground. Resendez is held up at first. A hard hit. Ball over to third, and Kwon just not able to handle it.
Well, you see it here. You see the hop here. Ooh. Couldn't handle it.
You're going to take a look at him over at third base. Might have got him up in the head on that second hop. Just so hard to read when it's coming in that fast. It almost looked like it hit off the edge of the grass.
Well, could have hit the crease.
That caused it to really jump up. Woo Sing Kwon. He's all right. And a note for this game, South Korea told me that unlike last game,
now batting for
they
Mexico,
will not be doing position changes. They really moved around their infield yesterday against Venezuela. Today, they're staying pretty set. They'll check on Resendez with 2 outs. Gail Pauline, the first baseman, and cleanup hitter for Mexico. First pitch misses for ball 1. Pauline in this tournament. He's got 2 hits, both doubles, 1 run batted in. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Mexico battling out of the losers bracket, winning back-to-back elimination games. That's in for a strike on Pauline.
What are the odds that the Venezuelan coaching staff is watching this game? Or here?
I would think pretty high.
You think?
Trying to see who their next opponent is. That's how crucial yesterday's game was between Venezuela and South Korea. Venezuela with 2 off days after that win to make the international championship. South Korea has to pitch a guy like So-Hyun Lee just to stay alive. Pitch up. Resendez with 1 stolen base this tournament so far. 3-1 count on Pauline.
Well, 3-1 count, 2 outs. It's a good time to send the runner at first. Full hitter up for Mexico.
I'll check over at first base. I think that Lee is thinking the same thing that you are, Wes.
Well, this is what happens, though. We talked about this. Sometimes you get a pitcher, especially at the younger ages, they get preoccupied with the runner at first, and then they lose focus on where they're trying to throw this 3-1 pitch, and then next thing you know, it's blasted over the fence.
Resendez stayed over at first base that time. This time he will run with a full count and 2 outs. Back over to first base, leaning a little bit. And everybody in this ballpark knows that Resendez will take off with the next offer.
Are you sure? Everybody.
Well, maybe not everybody. There he goes. And it's hit hard down the line. Fair ball by Pauline. A 2-out base hit. Resendez to third. On 3-2, he ropes it to keep the inning going. And now Mexico with runners on the corners.
Well, no matter which team is playing in a game, when you know that their 4-hitter knows the fastball's coming, you're not going to miss it too many times. And this is exactly what Pauline does here. It sets up Mexico first and third with 2 outs. South Korea with a little meeting. I'm sure they might be talking about what's going to happen. How they're going to defend if Pauline takes off. Try to steal second base.
Min Saw Jong trying to rally his team here. With 2 on and 2 out, Lee punched out the first 2 batters looking. It'll be Antonio Fuentes to bat. And a chance for Mexico to score the game's first run. South Korea was close in that first inning. The first two batters got on. They were threatening to score, and then two great plays in the field by Mexico shut them down without anything. Fastball for a strike. Wes, how important is it for Lee on the mound to just focus on the hitter here with two runners on?
Well, with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position at third, it's very, very important. That said, pitcher's responsibility is to do both.
Still going to check back and look over at first base. There's no limit on pickoffs, this level of Little League intermediates.
So they play real baseball here.
Oh, good save by Kim, the catcher. The former style of baseball.
All stand by real baseball.
Yeah. No pitch clock either. Here's the 1-1. Although at this level, these pitchers just get right into it. There's no need for something like that. The hitter is supposed to stay in the box. Fuentes ahead 2-1.
There's another danger zone here. 3-1 count. 5-hole hitter up.
Both teams with chances in this opening frame. Three balls and a strike to Fuentes. Hits the zone. That's a clutch pitch by Lee. He's one strike away from ending this inning and shutting down Mexico. It's a 22-pitch inning for Lee. Pauline will take off at first. Here's the payoff. Just outside, Fuentes holds it up, and the bases are loaded for Mexico. And what was such a promising start for Lee, he gives up back-to-back hits, and now a walk to load him up with 2 outs. Dante Ceros now with the bases loaded. He's driven in a team-leading 3 runs so far this tournament.
Good slider right there. Guess who his favorite athlete is? He's not a baseball player. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ooh, he's a soccer/football man.
Obviously very big in Mexico, soccer.
So is baseball.
The 0-1 to Ceros. Lays off, fastball catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Gets back into the box to focus back in. Resenda is on third, Pauline on second, Fuentes on first. Lee will step off. Ceros drove in all 3 of his runs in their last game against Australia. Lee's 0-2. Check swing, fastball up high. There will be now an appeal over to first. Holds it up. Guy built behind the plate. Greg Anderman at first base. John Kim at second. Brian Riley at third.
Get a look at it. You want to be an up? Good call.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close. Very good.
That's a tough pitch to lay off, too. We've seen that elevated fastball used quite a bit in this tournament. Swing and a miss. And South Korea escapes the opening frame. So-hyun Lee strikes out 3, and the bases are left loaded. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. Fans looking up at Little League right now, and you can follow us on social media at Sam_Weiderhaft, WEIDERHAFT. Wes, we're big on show us your watch party. Show us where you're watching these games from.
You didn't even give mine?
I can't remember what yours is.
Well, that's a shocker.
I just got the follow back a couple of days ago. Here's the first
West
strike.
Clements 22.
Okay, I will
That's
get
my X/Twitter. And to follow up on what Sam is talking about, if you have any watch parties in South Korea and or Mexico, hit us up on Twitter. Video, picture, tell us where you're at. Pretty good chance you'll see yourself on TV.
0-2 pitch from Sanchez is outside for a ball. Yeah, we had a watch party from Maui going on yesterday. They were very happy. Hawaii going to the U.S. Championship. Later today, we'll have South Carolina and Louisiana battling to face Hawaii in that U.S. Championship. But right now, it's a battle between Mexico and South Korea. Who's going to face Venezuela to represent the international side in our championship?
Emiliano Sanchez, he wanted that last pitch, didn't he?
Ground ball over to second. This is Resendez. Easy play for the first out. I think we're seeing 2 different pitching styles here because for South Korea, So-hyun Lee with an electric fastball, a lot of velocity, and Sanchez really working with the movement and the off-speed stuff right now.
Well, you got a power guy versus a finesse guy.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
Leader of the game.
Joo-hyun Kim. Watches ball 1. South Korea with 20 stolen bases as a team in these 3 games. They were held to only 4 against Venezuela yesterday. One to 0. That's in for a strike on Kim. The 3 runs coming in the 5th inning. Kim way ahead of it. Strike 2. In fact, South Korea has only scored in the 5th inning. 11 runs against Canada. Setting up outside. And Kim doesn't go after it. 2-2.
Boy, Aguilar behind the dish, he wanted this pitch. I will say this, probably not a good idea in the 2nd inning. You have all this body language when you're not happy with a pitch from your pitcher and your catcher.
Well, they get the strikeout anyways. Breaking ball outside. There's 2 down. And 2 strikeouts for Sanchez. Kim chases way outside. And another pitch that had a lot of movement for Sanchez.
Aguilar, this is tremendous fundamentals. I mean, and I'm not joking when I say this. That this is as good as and or better many of MLB catchers and how they block now, their fundamentals. That's perfect right there. 2 knees down. Let the ball hit the chest protector. Pick it up.
Now it's G1 Kim.
We'll get a better look here. There you go. 2 knees down. Keep the ball in front. Clear yourself so you don't hit the runner in the back on the throw to first.
And West, throughout this tournament, we've seen pass balls and wild pitches have come back to haunt some teams and given the opposing team free bases. But when you have a guy like Aguilar behind the plate, it really helps out your defense. That's in for a called strike on Kim. So Sanchez trying to put down South Korea in order here in the top of the second. Spins that high and outside. Ji-won Kim in this tournament, one single so far. 2-2. Rounder foul. A couple of strikeouts for Kim in this tournament.
Now, Sam, what's the barrier around pitch limits now? There's what, 3 different categories? 35?
95 is the max. I'm going to have this thing ingrained in my brain by the end of this week.
That's why I keep asking you.
I might get a tattoo.
The more I ask you, the more you're going to know it.
I might get a tattoo of all the pitch rules. Here's the 2-2. Kim fouls it away. So, max is 95 for the pitchers. If you pitch 66 or more pitches, there it is. There it is. Right there. I will get that on my forearm. Make it easy for next year. Lays it all out right there. Sanchez had 35 his first time out a few days ago, back on Sundays. That one sails out for a ball, and it's 3-2. 2 innings, 35 pitches against Venezuela. So, got his 1 day of rest. Back out here for Mexico's 4th game. Struck him out swinging. Down goes Kim. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Sanchez. He's got 3. And Mexico with a 1-2-3, top of the second. Want to see some girls with game? Tune into yet another exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. That's beautiful Livermore, California, the site of, once again, another Little League Intermediate Baseball World Series. The 11th year of this event started back in 2013.
You know, so much of Livermore in this area is brand new.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they have the tremendous outlet mall, which the whole world drives many miles to come to.
Soo-Hyun Lee back on the mound for a second inning of work. He'll face Mateo Angeles. Here's the first pitch. Angeles with a big swing. It was 3 strikeouts for Lee in the first inning with 2 singles and a walk in the middle there. His first 2 games collectively 1 inning. He's already gone the first inning in this ball game. Had 36 pitches collectively the first 2 games out of the bullpen. That was pitch number 29 that just misses on Angeles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Livermore was incorporated April 1st, 1876. Ground ball to short. It's gloved well by John. There's the first down for South Korea.
Ball was hit hard, but well played by John right here. Key to catching a ground ball, you see his feet are always moving. Your feet effectively catch ground balls. Feet put yourself in position to have your glove in the right spot.
Mateo Aguilar has been a hot hitter for Mexico. Will step in for his first at-bat. A single, 2 doubles, 1 run driven in. The first pitch by Lee. And Wes, I wanted to ask you something on a ground ball that we just saw hit over to John. Right before that, when the pitch is thrown, and you see this, minor league, major league, the guys do a little jump when the pitch is thrown and right before it gets to the plate and before the batter makes contact. What is the point of doing that jump as an infielder? Aguilar swings and misses, and it's 1-1. The split step.
I will answer that question. I'm trying to...
There's the 1-1.
Show everybody again, if you will, show what you were talking about.
That's something I think relatively new You know, I don't know if that's been something that's been happening for a while, but I've really noticed it the last few years at every level. A little jump right as the action is about to happen. It's 2-2 on Aguilar. We saw John do it before he fielded that ball at shortstop. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Aguilar for Lee. He collected 3 strikeouts in the first. That went off the plate.
Yeah, a lot of umpires in the stands.
Well, umpires have done a great job so far this week. Well, they've been having a lot of fun here with us in Livermore. Payoff pitch on Aguilar. Swing and a miss, and it's the 4th strikeout.
So what Sam was talking about is the previous ground ball to John, the shortstop. And what he's talking about is this. Watch his little hop. And now he sets his feet. And now it's just like a tennis player, okay? On the receiving end, they'll move their feet to receive a ball so that, and again, infielders do it different ways. Some will just go dead forward. It could be a little skip. But there's always movement. You never want to start from being still. You want to be in an athletic position. It's kind of like playing basketball, right? But again, I think I go back to tennis players more, because on the receiving end of a serve, they're always jumping, getting ready to go right or left. And Audra, just so you know, we have a tennis player in the booth who is our assistant here. Without her, we know nothing, just so you know.
Yep.
Audra Silman, and she was a tennis player at LMU. And as I'm talking, I mean, what would it be? The confirmation on what I'm saying about a tennis player. I mean, she's off the charts right here, happy.
Wow.
Well, she calls it a split step in tennis. We're not calling that in baseball. No.
That ball's hit hard by Garza to left field. It'll drop and get behind Kim. He laid out to try and make the play, and Garza is into second base with a 2-out double. Got the bat head on it, sent it to left field. And Kim trying to make a diving play. It lands before the glove and gets behind him for 2 bases.
Well, you like the effort in left field. That said, gets to left center, and now Mexico with a runner in scoring position with a couple outs. See, Garza ends up on second base.
He's fired up, getting his boys fired up in the dugout. Roberto Manzano with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Same thing happened to South Korea in the Mexico half the first. It was the first 2 outs, and then Resendez singled. Pauline singled behind him. Fuentes walked. The bases were loaded. So now Mexico with a runner in scoring position in back-to-back frames. Catches the outside corner on Manzano, and it's 0-2. Up to 42 pitches right now, having to do a lot of work in these first 2 innings. Manzano so far with 1 single in this tournament. He struck out 4 times. Lee's 1-2. Manzano pops it up right side. It will land foul. Long run in right field for Shi-Yun Kim. The fall's just before it.
See the effort. You know, one thing I'm never going to call that preparation is the prep step, because that's what it's I can't stand it.
Is that what it's being called?
Oh my goodness, it's called that for a long, long time. It's not a pro ball.
1-2 on Manzano. Pick back, little fake throw over to second base. Well, it's not even really a step. It's just, well, I guess you step into the jump. Two-strike pitch. Whoa. Mexico working these at-bats and forcing Lee to do some more work on the mound.
Well, 45 pitches already in just 1 2/3 innings.
And South Korea quick to change pitchers, at least we saw in the first 2 games. High and outside, it drops out of Kim's glove. Garza cruises to third, high throw, he'll stay there. A full count. Kim had it slip out of the glove behind the plate on this outside throw. And now it's a full count on Manzano, with Mexico threatening once again. Trying to get the lead early. Look at Garza. Making noise at third base. 3-2. Low and away. Manzano works a walk.
Sometimes the smallest cause the biggest problems when it comes to strike zone, and that's what we just saw right there.
For South Korea, talking about their pitchers, Ju-Won Lee has pitched the most with 6 innings. He started the first 2 games. After that, going into this game, nobody had pitched over 2 innings. Antonio Dueñas with runners on the corners. Final hitter in this Mexico order. Watch the ball outside.
It's a good call by Guy Bilt. I know South Korea's not happy with that call, but if you just watch their catcher where he's setting up in regard to where home plate is.
Fastball for a strike. Dueñas with 1 single so far in Livermore, 1 run batted in. Garza on third, Manzano is on first, runners on the corners. A ball and a strike. That one's low, and when you see the skill, the velocity, and the movement from So-Yeon Lee on the mound, but just struggling with command right now. Both innings, he's retired the first 2 batters and not able to get that third out without some trouble. Breaking ball. Dueñas ducks under it.
Well, you talk about danger zone right here. Sanchez, the leadoff hitter's on deck from Mexico.
He went down looking on Lee, first time up. Here comes the crowd. Strike 2, a big pitch by Lee.
That's a perfect pitch, right on the outside part.
Puts it in a great location. So Manzano at first base will take off 3-2, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Outside. And it's back-to-back walks for Mexico. They've loaded the bases in back-to-back innings. Lee is having to fight for this third out. Next up, Mexico, number 5. He's just missing location. That one a bit outside. And it could be costly as Mexico is now batting around to the top of the order and facing Lee for a second time.
Well, you see the coaching staff for South Korea. Lee on the mound. He's waiting. It almost looks like he thinks something's going to happen.
Well, I tell you what they're talking about. Min-Song Jog has a problem with what Alexis Garza is doing at third base with his clapping.
To be honest, so do I.
We'll see him do it right there. Emiliano Sanchez 0 for 1, a strikeout looking. Up high. I mean, there's no formal rule against doing something like that, right?
Not in the rule book.
Sanchez ahead.
Well, I mean, you think about any base runner. I mean, just hypothetically say somebody was screaming at the pitcher, yelling instead of clapping. That's not illegal. I'll just leave it there. Yeah. Ways you can stop it, not at this level. Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter. Well before the plate by Lee.
Real good job by Kim behind the dish for South Korea, keeping that ball in front. Garza, get the feeling that Garza's not an introvert.
Not the way he's playing right now. This next pitch will make it a 30-pitch inning for Lee. Two to one. Missed his spot there up high.
Well, I think he's saying that he's having a hard time speaking of Lee gripping the baseball. Yeah, he's having a hard time, I think, gripping the baseball. Or he wants a new one.
Talking with dugout. This is a tense moment early in this ball game, just the bottom of the second. And here comes Min-Song Jog. What is South Korea going to do here? Iso Lee, the interpreter, who's done a great job this week for the South Korean team. Well, maybe Min-Song Jong wanted a word with our home plate umpire, Guy Bilt, about the clapping over at third base by Garza. He was talking to the first base umpire, Greg Anderman, about it before.
It would be kind of nice if they let us know what's going on.
And here comes our third base umpire, Brian Riley. Mexico is now meeting over by their dugout. We're going to get back to it. Some distractions going on around the field. Lee may be having some trouble focusing. The count is 3-1 on Sanchez, with Mexico trying to score his first run. There goes Garza. Feet away from putting Mexico on top. He's going to step off again.
Yeah, now this is just Mexico trying to create some more havoc for the league.
Garza was over a point at second base at one point. 3-1 pitch. He goes back over to first. Good decision. Close play at first base. And nobody expected that to happen.
I will tell you, we've talked about the fundamental of South Korea. The nerve, the guts to call this back pick from a first baseman, it was perfectly run. The runner at first took that step.
Wow. That's Pequeñas over at first base. He's getting jumpy off the bat. 3-1 pitch on Sanchez. And here it comes. It's a perfect one for a strike. Runners will get a head start, 3-2 and 2 outs. This will be a big strikeout for Lee if he can get it and get out of the jam. Here's the payoff. Ground ball, left side. Picked back by the shortstop. His throw to first. Oh, my goodness! What a play at short by Ji-Won John to end the frame.
You gotta be kidding me. We talked about yesterday, South Korea uncharacteristically making some errors. I think we're gonna have a review, regardless, out or safe. The athleticism for John to get to this pitch or this ball in the 5-6 hole, wherewithal. Watch how quickly he gets rid of it.
And look at that throw. That was a perfect throw. If this call gets reversed, this is still a magnificent play by John.
This is Sports Center, top 10. Although he's sick.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, no, the ball's out. Right now, the foot's on the bag, ball's out, not in the glove, but sign guys, here come the sign guys, but the effort by John at short. Any chance we can see this again? This is just amazing athleticism.
And it's almost like a no-look throw, too. He doesn't really look at first base. He just kind of goes in that direction.
Every level you go to, all baseball players have the computer that's working, and once his ball is hit, he knows the situation, speaking of John, so he understands in this scenario right here, the only play he has is at first base, and so he's got to get rid of this as soon as possible, and he does it to perfection. Uh-oh, sign guys.
Who's signed?
We love this game.
Yeah. We do with that.
Now here's the question though, Sam. Are they getting what? Are they just taking our word for it?
No, I think
we said regardless, safe or out, the effort, the instincts, the ability to get that much on the throw.
Yeah, I can't believe
in this situation with bases loaded. Wow.
Okay, let's see what we got here. It's safe. And Mexico has scored the first run on an infield single by Emiliano Sanchez.
Sign guys high-fiving.
They get the call right. But still an incredible play deep in the 6th hole by Ji-Won John. Just a bit late.
I'm telling you, I tell you what. There's a part of me that still thinks that play should be a Sports Center top 10, regardless. I mean, it's a no-brainer if it's an out. But the effort at this level, at age 13, that deep in the 5-6 hole.
So South Korea will return to the field. It's bases loaded, 2 outs still. And Carlos Valdez at the plate. He went down looking on Lee his first time. This is the 60th pitch for Lee. Almost hits Valdez. He moves out of the way. Mexico plated some early runs against Australia to get ahead. And they do so here in the second against South Korea to take the first lead. Early on the swing, it's 1-1. Against Canada, Mexico had to wait until the 6th inning to score 3 and win that game. They were shut out against Venezuela. Now Valdez, line drive into right center. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Mexico on top, 3-0. Valdez knocks in 2.
It's a good job of hitting by Valdez. It's a fastball from Lee. Does his job. Lines it into right center. 2 more runs on the board from Mexico.
Manzano has scored. Dueñas has scored. And it's runners on the corners. Other way for Valdez. He picks up RBIs number 2 and 3 in this tournament. Julian Resendez with a single his first time up. South Korea is going to have to start looking at a reliever a little bit earlier than I think they were hoping. First 2 innings, Lee has retired the first 2 batters. And then it's been trouble after that. Resendez swings, but the ball gets away. And here comes Sanchez. 4 runs in the first for Mexico. Trying to make sure that Sanchez touched the bag. It looked like him and Kim got tied up.
No, I think the runner is concerned that Kim didn't give him a lane to touch the plate. Run scores. But we'll get a look at it here. Watch the picture right here and runner.
Oh, wow. And now Mexico is talking about that last play.
There's no intention here at all by Lee, South Korea, to intentionally block somebody. But, I mean, you can tell the tensions and how important this game is on both sides right now.
A lot of emotions here in these first couple of innings.
But there is no, and again, I can't imagine what they're trying to say, that the runner from Mexico, just so everybody understands, is fully entitled to home plate. That no matter what, he's fully entitled to run to home plate, which is exactly what he did. Now, I don't know what this discussion would end up be about, because there's no intent for Lee, any malice. I think Lee understood the runner was going to be safe, and he just kept running, is all.
Certainly have any roles to go. Resendez. It's a 1-1 count. A single in the first inning. Now a runner on second for Mexico. It's Valdez. Resendez grounds it foul.
All this happened with 2 outs and nobody on.
Four runs have scored with 2 outs in this inning. And a big start for Mexico. They left the bases loaded in the first, and now they've come through in the second. Resendez was left on third base in that opening frame. Two-strike pitch. Mexico making it tougher and tougher in these at-bats. Absolutely battling.
The Lee's pitch count is already up to 66 through 1 2/3 innings.
He's going to be on that max 4 days rest. He's going to be done for this tournament. Whenever he comes out. That might have been the plan to have him go up to that 95 pitch limit, but not be at 66 this early.
Well, he can finish this at hitter, Sam, and still be at that 65 pitch.
Good point. Two-strike pitch, and it's popped up. Right side, Lee is calling for it, and he puts it away. Inning is over. Mexico brings home 4, and they're out for the second, and they've got the lead as we head to inning number 3. Mexico takes early command of this ball game and a chance to go to the International Championship game. Elimination match, Mexico and South Korea. 4-0 Mexico. And now South Korea a chance to respond, and Emiliano Sanchez, first pitch is looped the other way, and then a bounce in shallow left. A leadoff single by Jun-So Lee to get South Korea going here in the third.
It's a fastball up and in, and Jun-So feathers it to left for a leadoff single.
So we'll see how quickly Lee gets going to second base. Immediate pickoff. Yong Hui Kim the batter. One of the few players on the South Korean team without a stolen base yet. Kim showing bunt. Back over to first base. Well, we know South Korea is going to run, and they've got a little bit more urgency now, down by 4 runs. Still very early. Off he goes. Pitch is a called strike. Throw down to second, too low. And Lee has his first stolen base of the tournament. Got a good jump?
He did.
Orgullo now is allowed 2 stolen bases behind the plate. And Kim is hitting the back. He was showing bunt. Spins around, takes one in the back. South Korea with 2 on and nobody out. Mexico coming into this game and walked only 7 batters. Really good about not giving up 3 passes.
Well, South Korea understands just the 3rd inning. They're only chasing 4 runs. Good chance. We'll see him try to bunt these 2 runners over, or show bunt, and then pull the back and try to hit the ball on the ground and expose some wide open areas because these corners are crashing.
Jae-Yoon An fouls that off. He just made contact. That's a break for Mexico because it looked like it was going to be runners advancing to second and third. Pauline playing shallow at first. Strike 2.
They might keep the bunt on, South Korea. Give them with 2 strikes.
One, 2. Down low, and the runners move up. They have the double steal on as Lee gets to third and Kim to second.
Well, There's your bunt right there.
Infield in now for Mexico. Time call by third base umpire Brian Riley as they clear some dirt around that third base bag. South Korea trying to respond. Two. Off speed is popped up left side and caught at third base. Angeles with his back turned toward the plate puts it away for the first out.
Well, you're going to see Angeles at the top of your screen. A good play. Sets his feet.
And immediately returns to the action with runners on second, third. Shi-Yoon Kim watches a first pitch breaking ball in for a strike.
And you see him squaring right there with second and third and one out. They're already chasing 4 runs. South Korea's just trying to get a run on the board, and I agree. Just trying to break the ice.
Kim is tied for the team lead in RBIs with 2, and he gets jammed. Good pitch by Sanchez inside. We have seen South Korea get in these situations before and not be able to deliver. Setting up outside. And the ball gets away from Aguilar. Here comes Lee from third. South Korea's on the board. They set up outside. That one was too far outside.
Well, you're right, Sam. Aguilar, the catcher for Mexico, there was no intention of this being a strike. But we talked about Aguilar, how great of a thrower he has been in this tournament, blocking balls, etc.
Another one outside. It's 2-2. That time Aguilar blocks it.
How he tried to catch the ball with his glove was the reason he didn't catch it.
Line foul. Once again, Aguilar shifting about a step to his left side. Trying to get Kim chasing. Two. Inside with that pitch, and it's a full count. Now Sanchez at 48 pitches. First batter single, next one was hit by a pitch. 3-2. Kim reaches out, that one barely foul.
That was an emergency. I'm not sure I want to swing. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, defensive hack.
How about this?
Yeah. Almost got away with it and brought a run home. Setting up outside again. And it's taken into center field for a base hit. Young-Hui Kim scores from third, and South Korea is back within 2 here. Shi-Yoon Kim back up the middle on a 3-2 pitch for an RBI single. Number 17,
Shi-Yoon Kim keeps this rally going by South Korea. Little base hit to center, and looks like that with just 1 out, South Korea cut this Mexico lead in half.
It's Ju-Won Lee. South Korea, a lot to cheer about so far in this 3rd inning. Off goes the runner, late throw by Aguilar. Kim got going immediately, and he is now in scoring position.
Well, this has happened more than once to where Aguilar has actually spiked that throw, and in this situation, shortstop was covering the bag, but you can see he put his arms up. Speaking of the shortstop from Mexico and Valdez, he put his arms up as though Aguilar asking Aguilar, where are you throwing this thing? But what we are seeing right now, Sam, is South Korean baseball. This is the South Korean baseball team we've seen the last 3 years. The style. They get it going, they get on base, they run, they steal second, they steal third, they squeeze, they do all these things.
And it really is pretty fun to watch when they get in the groove like they're in right now. Off he goes for third. That throw down won't be in time. Angeles was playing before the bag. Kim has now swiped second and third.
Well, that's what they do. We're going to look at it. It's right in front of Aguilar, so it's easy. And you can see that little hesitation. But that being said, Angeles, the third baseman, where he's setting up to receive that throw, there's no chance that you can get a tag out.
So 1-1 count on the lead. Allen missing away.
Watch the third baseman on his last stolen base and Angeles. See where he's at? There's not a chance. Needs to be at the bag, right? But again, this is what South Korea does. There's so much going on, it's non-stop.
Woo-Won Lee in this tournament, 1 run batted in. He's awaiting his first hit. 2-2. Off speed by Sanchez. What a pitch.
What a great pitch from Sanchez. And he took some off in his breaking pitch. So it's a breaking pitch, but effectively works like a changeup. Watch the hitter hesitate right there. He's trying to wait. Be huge for México if they can get out of here only giving up 2 runs.
So June Bean launches a first pitch ball. With Kim on third base. South Korea has plated their first 2. With 2 outs, Bean showing punt. 2-0. And wow, here comes another run home. The tag, save! Mexico confused in the field as Kim scores from third.
Well, this is Aguilar's throw back, right? Now watch this throw. Just a bad throw. And it's alert base running by South Korea, and just like that, it's 4-3.
And that's one of the first things you learn as a catcher is throwing it back to the pitcher. Sanchez just missing. And a costly mistake for Mexico. It's a 2-1 count on Bean. Aguilar, one of the best catchers in this field. That's a single. The inning continues for South Korea. A 2-out base hit for Bean. Tying run is on base at the top of the third. And if this game stays tight all the way through, that throw by Aguilar back to Sanchez on the mound. Just unfortunate.
What do you think is going to happen here, Sam, after 2 throwers to first?
It's probably going to happen again at some point. He takes off. Throw to second base by Aguilar. Another one low. Bean steals a base.
You see the runner, he takes off on first move. And again, Aguilar He talked about Aguilar being the most successful catcher throwing out runners prior to the game starting.
Mark ground ball, second base. And the inning is over. South Korea scores 3 runs. They steal 8 bases in the top of the third, and they are within 1 here in Livermore. Middle of the order is due up for Mexico, but South Korea brings themselves back in this game. An immediate response with a 3-run top of the third, and West, they were playing their brand of baseball.
They are, and that's their style. And Mexico is having a tough time dealing with it.
So Gail Pauline will lead off. I guess So-Hyun Lee. South Korea, we talk about their brand of baseball. 8 stolen bases in this ball game so far, with many of those coming in the top of the third.
In the earlier game, South Korea had 15 in 1 inning, didn't they?
It was insane. It was insane. 0-1. And I asked Samuel Jimenez, the manager for Mexico, what are you telling your guys about the way that South Korea plays the game and then stealing bases? And he said, we're just going to do what we do. I want the guys to play hard, hustle, do the little things right. Good pitch by Lee to strike out Pauline. His 4th strikeout. Check that, 5th strikeout in this game. He's up to 70 pitches.
He wants the ball, but it's up and in. It's a hard pitch to take. You see Pauline's head.
Now Antonio Fuentes, who walked on Lee in his first at-bat. But this is how the first 3 innings have started. The first batter has been retired. In the first 2 batters were retired. And Lee just having trouble getting that 3rd out. 0-1 pitch. Oh, Fuentes has to duck underneath it.
Sam, you wouldn't even have to duck on that pitch.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the benefit. I don't have to move as much to get out of the way of that pitch coming in. There's a ground ball foul. Yeah, that's a humbling experience when you come out here and most of these 13-year-olds are taller than you are. And stronger.
Now you're admitting something. I mean, that right there is fine. You're admitting that a 13-year-old is stronger than you.
Hey, some of these kids have hit the ball out of the park. I mean, come on. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lee. So the first 3 innings, he has retired the first 2 batters. We'll see if this one's a clean frame.
The fastball on the outside part.
Some of these kids got big league strength.
What did you say?
Got big league strength.
Oh, boy.
In the process of getting big league strength.
Thank you.
I'd say Saros 0 for 1. That one's off speed. He's ahead of it. He went down swinging on Lee in the first inning.
Favorite celebrities? Adam Sandler and Vin Diesel.
That's it. Back to that off speed.
Vin Diesel. When is the last believable movie that Vin Diesel made? Believable.
Well,
you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. I have
not seen it.
I have not seen a Vin Diesel movie.
Okay. Here we go.
That is outside.
We are getting hot today. I mean, it's hot outside. It's 87 degrees, and Sam's, what is that? How many fines today?
Oh, well, today it's been, I had one that you charged me about 5 for, so we're getting up there. 1-2. Another one outside. Fast and Furious. I know he's in that. Everything else, I don't know.
Well, no, you've never seen a Vin Diesel movie, is what you said.
That's correct.
What about Adam Sandler?
Oh, I've seen a good amount of Adam Sandler movies. Just go with it. Here's the 2-2. Saros fights it away. think it's one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. The favorite rom-com of all time. There's some good Adam Sandler movies.
What's it? What's the Adam Sandler movie you talking?
Just Go With It. Jennifer Aniston. 2-2. Oh. Lee was in the middle of his delivery, and
you ever heard of Happy Gilmore?
yes, I have. I have heard. I've seen it.
The fact that you mentioned any other movie before Happy Gilmore,
I've seen Happy Gilmore.
you know what's coming.
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Counter.
It's going to be a ball for Lee. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Drops it low, so a walk on Saros. And again,
2 outs.
yeah, Lee just struggling to get that third out.
This is where Lee has had some issues, is when Mexico has runners.
Mateo Angeles 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop that began the 4-run second.
Anybody for Mexico or South Korea had dinner reservations tonight, they're going to be late.
But the way this game is moving. And every pitch is so important to these two teams.
That timeout at first, some kind of question.
Then saw Jong talking once again with the first base umpire Greg Anderman. And I think it might have been over that ball that was called when Lee stopped in the middle of his motion. And then the next one was ball 4. So now he goes out to talk with the entire field. And Wes, I mean, so far this is anyone's game. This looks like it's going to be a tight one all the way through.
Sam, you have to know this song.
Yeah, Queen. Of course, I've seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. One of them, you know what? The first
one singing there, singing, aye.
Oh, wait, it's cool. Yeah, but over the speakers, it's Queen. We Will Rock You. You mean the song that Mexico was chanting? I don't know if I knew that one. 1-0 incoming on Angeles. Up high. And Wes,
yes,
Angeles has kind of a unique stance because he's got that front foot in his toe is touching the dirt, kind of like a twisted motion. What do you think that gives him? Right on the ball of his foot.
He's just comfortable doing that. Because when you take a look at it, he's got it up and he drops it right back down when the pitch is in motion. So that's just his trigger where he feels comfortable.
Some guys do that a little bit older.
Well, we see things now that we've never seen before in our life. And I mean, a lot of it comes from
swing and miss on Angeles, 2-2.
when people come up with new ideas and things like that. Ultimately, the hitters end up in the same position. We'll get a look at it here. It's up, and then it goes down.
I don't know if I've seen a foot that drastically twisted in a stance. I mean, the bottom of his cleats are facing the mound. 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Mexico holding a 1-run lead. Bounces away from Kim. And Saros will get to second. It's ball 3 on a wild pitch by Lee.
But I started to say, regardless of how you start as a hitter, and there's so many new, quote-unquote, gurus out there teaching hitting, ultimately speaking, they're free to end up back on the ground in the same place they used to be.
Just a matter of how they get there. Angeles calls time. A chance to reach the international championship game. take on Venezuela. That's what's on the line right now. Loser is out of this tournament. 3-2. Got him looking. And Lee is out of the inning. He gets that third out with a runner stranded at second base. Mexico up by 1. As the world's most trusted youth sports organization, Little League relies on the generosity of its alumni, volunteers, and communities who give tirelessly to create experiences for millions of children every year. Support Little League today by texting LLWS to 345-345 to donate today. Standard texting messaging rates apply. South Korea back up, down by 1. It was a 4-run second for Mexico, a 3-run third for South Korea. And now their top of the order is up against Emiliano Sanchez. Ji-Won Chon watches the first pitch in the dirt for a ball. Time has been called by South Korea, and I think they're saying John may have gotten hit by that pitch.
Well, now, the interpreter for South Korea, she has been out there how many times today?
Yeah, quite a bit. There's been many different conversations with our umpires.
She's earning her keep today.
She's helped me out a ton, I can tell you that, with the communication with the South Korean.
There's how we view this. So, sign guys, wake up.
Well, they don't have a sign for this.
Oh, they got signs. They're creative. Are you kidding me?
They can take a look at it if
my guess,
John got hit by the pitch.
Here's my guess, is you remember the sign guys, they all three in unison gave the foul tip? They'll do the same thing, my guess. That's my guess.
Yeah.
And they're waiting patiently.
It's tough to see with the eye up here. Bouncing the dirt. Interpreter Haiso Lee, who's been everywhere.
Anthony Giassi and our tremendous crew, producer, director, trying to get a good angle and look at this. When they do, viewers, you will see it. And here we go.
Back toe. How does that ball take that angle?
I don't know. So we can run it back again. Where does it? You see? Hold on a second. You see that? Look at his back foot and look about 3 inches in front of his back foot. You see something pop up there? You see it?
That dirt?
Well, just about 3 inches in front of his back foot, his right foot. See it? Not there. Back it up just a second. There. Oh, that's it. You know what that is? That's a shadow. You're laughing? I discerned that. I figured that one out.
Well,
and what happens after now? Does the ball... This is a great look here.
that's the best look you're going to get.
Well, here's what I would say. From right there, and see how the ball kind of hydroplanes? That means it hit something. Otherwise, it would just bounce from right there.
Yeah, it did take a weird angle.
You see how it kind of flattens out after it hits the top of the foot?
Yeah.
It flattens out right there. I'm going to say this is a hit by pitch because the ball didn't bounce. It flattened out right there. Watch it flatten out from here to the glove. Right there. The ball doesn't bounce like that unless it hits something.
And this is a big call because it could potentially put John on base and South Korea would get right back in the groove.
For me, this is hit by pitch, and I'm sure the sign guys are going to agree. That's my guess.
Oh, oh wow, they have the whole scenario.
I think there's some dissension going on. They can't make a call. Oh, they don't have a sign? What?
Yeah, they don't have a hit batter sign.
Well, they didn't have the other night. They had hand signals, and they all in unison did it. Now, again, it has to be clear. But with that said, in my opinion, based on where that ball, the reaction, they're getting lined up for a call here. But based on how the ball reacted, I think it's hit by hit.
And they're giving him...
Wow.
No, call stands. So...
The call stands.
Oh, do you see that one? That's beautiful.
What'd they do? I missed it. I was looking at the batter. 2-0. I missed the theatrics out in right field. You got to see enough evidence to be able to overturn that call. They just didn't see the evidence they needed, so it stands as a ball. There's a strike by Sanchez, 2-1. John did walk his first time up. Now has to battle, get on base in this at-bat. That one almost came over and hit him. Went behind him for 3-1.
The sign guys signed. That was beautiful. They were speaking. They didn't say anything. No sign. They brought a baseball out and showed everybody what happened.
Yeah, those guys have some serious creative minds out there. 11-14. 3-1. Outside. So John will get on base regardless. It wasn't a hit by pitch. Ends up being his second walk of the ball game. Tying run is on for South Korea.
Well, and you think about that, South Korea could have saved the challenge. Because they got the honor at first.
Hindsight 2020. Ji-won Hwang.
Not for a minute, it's about 25th.
First pitch ball on Hwang. Singled his first time up, was stranded at third base in the opening frame.
And now Sanchez from Mexico is over 65 pitches, so he is done for this tournament pitching after today, regardless if they advance or not. That's correct.
Called strike, throw down, good one by Aguilar, they got him. John is retired at second base. And a runner caught stealing for Aguilar behind the plate.
Well, we talked about Aguilar coming into this game. He had the best percentage of throwing out runners. Watch your feet. See how quickly they get set? That's what enables him to make this throw. Great camera work there from our truck and camera people.
The second runner caught stealing that Aguilar has had in this ball game. And the sixth for the tournament. 1-2 pitch. Aguilar, 2 caught stealing. He did have a play at the plate where he made the tag in the first inning to retire Ji-won John at the plate.
With a great assist from Sanchez in that play. Whoa. What you say?
Just a bit outside.
Here. So you want to be a pitcher? How about the stoic gentleman?
The next pitch mentality.
That gentleman right there is where that ball was thrown on the second to last pitch. Didn't even move.
Not at all. That's awesome. 2-2.
Now, for those of you saying, well, yeah, Wes, there's a fence right in front of him, and there's a pole, he knows he's not going to get hit. I mean, just your normal reaction is to... Now, Sam, you're running on that pitch.
Oh, I'm ducking.
Boy, that's what I forgot.
Fly ball, left center field. It drops in. Shi-Won Hwang is on for a single. His second base hit of the ball game. Tying run on yet again for South Korea. And we'll see if they get to work with the small ball, bunting, stealing.
Well, the one thing that South Korea is not afraid of, just because they had runners thrown out, they're going to stop their game. They're not going to stop running.
We're seeing Kwon. It's over one with a strikeout looking. Sanchez a pick over to first. Close.
You got him laying in there. Look at Sanchez on the mound. His body language. It's like we had him.
Kwon does have a stolen base in this game in the first inning.
Whoa.
Wow, that was close.
Whoa.
Out back.
Was this an intense baseball game? You feel it on both sides, don't you?
Yeah.
You know there's a lot on the line here.
And the supporters and the parents really active throughout this game. Makes for a really fun environment. South Korea with 8 stolen bases so far. They've been caught by Aguilar twice. Back to first again.
Well, they're playing for the ultimate prize at this level for the entire world.
Champion of this tournament can say for 2025, they have the best 13-year-old Little League team in the country. Not only in the country, the whole world. Swing and a miss. There goes the runner. There's the tag. He's safe. Ball got away. Valdez with a dive. And it got away on a good throw by Aguilar again. And Hwang is in scoring position.
You know, this throw might have been better by Aguilar because of where the pitch was. There's Valdez, and he's reaching to get the ball. He hangs on. It's an out.
Rumble to third. Underneath the glove of Angeles. Everybody's safe. What looked like was going to be a routine second out is trouble for Angeles.
Look at it right here. It's under the glove. The ball actually beat it. We talk about the feet and how they need to move. Angeles right there just needed to take a drop step back and move his feet laterally. Get that ball out in front of him.
Soo-Hyun Lee is 0 for 1. He shows bunt.
Well, look where Aguilar set up on that pitch. There was no intention to throw a strike right there by Mexico. South Korea is going to do something here.
Kwon on first. Hwang is on third. South Korea close to tying this game. Went down 4-0. Responded with 3 at the top of the third. And Lee pops it up foul. Next one for Sanchez will be pitch number 80. He's really done all that he's could on the mound. Not too many mistakes. He's walked 2 and struck out 4, and now he's got Lee on a 2-strike count.
Based on where Valdez, the shortstop, and Resendez, the second baseman, are playing for Mexico, if South Korea sends the runner now, Valdez, where they're at right now, if South Korea sends the runner.
And now they got him in between first and second. That's Kwon. And now over to Hwang at third base. He's safe. And Kwon goes to second. It's exactly what you were talking about, Wes.
Well, you know they're going to do something. And the only way that this play can work is if somehow we can go back to the actual pickoff to Pauline.
And that play at third base will be under review.
And then, well, here we go, sign guys. Well, we'll go back here to this play. The first thing that Pauline needs to do, he checked the runner, but give the ball up to his shortstop.
Looks like we have some sign guys going to work out
They're
there.
going to see if they got that tag on his foot that kicked up on the slide to third.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. There's an out there. Now, we don't want to keep harping on this, but the receivers for Mexico at the bags, they always seem to be in front, right? Instead of at the bag, to where you can just... Now this particular time where he's in front of the bag, how about the side guys? This didn't take long at all. Side guys are like 3 outs, but because of where Anales was receiving that ball at third, it works out, because otherwise if he's at the bag, he doesn't get this ball. But there's glove on foot right there. And you can see the runner's hand not close to the bag.
So Mexico will likely get this challenge back with a reversal on the call. The whole Mexico team is all waiting by the mound.
Ultimately, this play is going to work out for Pauline, the first baseman. But what I started to say, once he got that pickoff, he did the right thing by checking the runner at third, which freezes him. And ideally, he should be giving the ball up to Valdez, the shortstop, who can peripheral run. And they get the out.
Wong is out at third base. Kwan to second. South Korea trying to get creative on the base paths, and Mexico denies it. There's 2 away. A 1-2 count on Lee.
What have we not had in this game today?
A home run.
We haven't had a triple either.
Oh, yes. Well, you asked me what we haven't had.
We could say some other things.
You're right. There's been a lot of action so far in the first 4 innings. As Sanchez now tries to put down a lead. The pitcher for South Korea. Breaking ball outside.
We are already in the bottom of the third. Or by the top of the fourth, I should say.
This game has been tense all the way through. 2-2.
Sam, you know what CC Puede means?
No.
Yes, we can.
One Germano.
Good.
Yeah. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sanchez puts him down. Strike 3. His 5th strikeout of the ballgame. And the South Korean half of the 4th is over. Mexico holding on to a 1-run lead. Little League and ESPN are proud members of the Aspen Institute's Project Play 63 by 30, which is focused on getting 63% of kids playing sports by 2030. Learn more about what Little League is doing to get kids on the field and all about the ESPN Take Back Sports Initiative by visiting littleleague.org/projectplay. Mateo Aguilar, the catcher, leads it off in the Mexico half of the 4th inning. Looking for some insurance runs because South Korea has been knocking on the door.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mexico go deep in counts and potentially take pitches, because Lee right now is at 88 pitches.
A check swing.
Throw 95 unless he starts the next at bat below. Then he can go over.
Next pitch on Aguilar. Is up high. He struck out swinging on Lee, who's nearing that 95 pitch limit. This will be his final inning as there's a grounder over to short. Picked up by John, and he sails the throw. So we've seen two different kind of plays from John at short. One was a no-look throw that was right on the money. This one, he sails it.
There's a lot of fundamentally great things that he does. Unfortunately, this throw sails over his first baseman, and Mexico with a runner at second and no outs, but you can see why he's playing shortstop. Got some good hands, good instincts.
Garza doubled and caused some trouble on the base paths in that 4-run second for Mexico. They've got a little Soto shuffle to him as well. 1 ball, no strikes. I would be shocked if Aguilar leaves that bat out there.
I tell you what, watch Aguilar after this first pitch here. Watch him. Watch what he does after. Hey!
Yes, that little Soto shuffle.
Oh, boy.
He might be in the running for the most intimidating player in this field.
Oh, boy, I tell you what's better? I mean, we are, for us to be able to be here and watch these 13-year-olds compete.
Garza once again.
Oh, boy. He's beautiful.
This next one is the 95th pitch, so this is the final batter. Soo-Hyun Lee. 3 balls and a strike.
Aguilar, boy, I tell you what, he's the most animated baseball player here in this tournament, no doubt. He's entertaining, loves the game.
Hitters count for Garza, runner on second. Big hat. Shooting for the fences on that one. Final batter for Lee. Can he end on a high note? Two different styles of play clashing for a chance to go to the international championship game. 3-2. Garza walks.
I'm sorry. But this is, I'm not laughing at him. I'm just laughing. He's very entertaining. He's very animated. Just take a look at Lee now. He knows he is finished for the day on the mound.
97 pitches. He goes 3 complete innings. Walks 4, strikes out 7. And his day is going to be done. South Korea turns it to Kwon Young Park. He'll be the new pitcher when we come back in a 1-run game. Mexico trying to add on. Day is over after 97 pitches for Soo-Hyun Lee.
But he did a tremendous job for South Korea, and his job was to give his team an opportunity to win the game, and that's exactly what he did. He left the game with his team trailing by just 1 run, and he was very, very efficient, got in some trouble, and got out of it. But job well done.
So South Korea turns to their relievers. Kwon Young Park, who we've actually seen in 2 games so far, went a third of an inning against Canada and pitched against Venezuela. 17 pitches, did not get an out in his short outing.
I can see a bunt right here, I think.
Manzano with runners on first and second, nobody out. He walked his first time up today. 2 unearned runs off of Park so far in this tournament. 1 walk, Looking for his first strikeout, but this could be a pretty long outing for him. Zano trying to put a bunt down. There's strike one.
Well, the corners for South Korea. Kwon at third base, not playing in at all.
Up high.
And Kwon's going to third base. So my guess is the reason Kwon's not playing in is because the pitcher, they told the pitcher, third base line is his on the bunt. And try to get the out at third.
He is right by that bag. There's the bunt, and it goes to the left side. Picked up by Park. He throws it over to first for the first out of the inning. And Zano does his job. Runners on second and third, but that's a tough play for a pitcher to make, and Park made it look easy.
It is a good job jumping off the mound, but I believe that was his responsibility. As you see, Kwon at third, he was at the bag the entire time.
Antonio Dueñas, the final hitter in this Mexico order. Infield in for South Korea. A walk his first time up on Lee.
Squeeze is in play here as well.
Park closed out that first game against Canada through only one pitch. And it was a ground out to win the game. All down low. Base hit. Could bring home two. Add some padding to that lead. 3-1. All these Mexico players with that stare down right after the pitch. Hitters count for Dueñas. Strike two. First base is open. Emiliano Sanchez, leadoff hitter on deck. He's already got an RBI single today. Payoff. In there. Called strike three. Park with a punchy.
Real good pitch by Park, and that's way too close to take on that count. Right at the bottom of the zone.
How about that frame by Kim behind the plate as well? Sanchez batting for a third time. A strikeout and an RBI single. Almost gets hit by it. Moves out of the way for ball one.
He missed getting hit on that.
Quickly out of the box. That is ball two. Mexico has had a runner in scoring position in every inning. Carlos Valdez on deck. He has a two-run single in this game. Parks 3-0. 4-pitch walk to load the bases. And now in 3 of the 4 innings, Mexico has loaded them up.
Second time Valdez is hit with the bases loaded, isn't it, Sam?
That's correct. He brought home 2 his last time with a single.
Hit to right center last time.
Big spot for Mexico. That first one, wow, misses.
Yeah, but barely.
Probably the slowest pitch we've seen this tournament.
That was very similar to what they call an ephus pitch.
Yeah. Don't know how many times Park has brought that out in games. Really changes things up 2-0.
Mexico has done a lot of damage with 2 outs. They scored 4 runs with 2 outs before.
Park will step off. Six straight balls. That one finds the zone. Up the middle for a base hit. Valdez comes through again. RBI single. He's got 3 RBIs today. Everybody moves up as Aguilar scores from third.
Well, Valdez got himself a count, got ahead in the count. He did not miss his fastball. Hits it right back up the middle. Just textbook hitting. And Garza on second, 14 from Mexico. We're not able to score him.
Resendez, 1 for 2 in a single. Another ephus, ground ball to second, and it skips up into center. 2 more runs will score for Mexico. A 4-run lead, and they've scored 3 more in the 4th. Tough break at second base for Junso Lee.
Well, we'll get a look at it. Again, you called it right. It is another ephus pitch, and unfortunately, it takes a tough hop there for Lee.
And South Korea will make another pitching change. Mexico with more support, and they lead 7-3. All 7 of Mexico's runs have been scored with 2 outs in the inning. They lead by 4. It's a 3-run 4th inning. And the new pitcher for South Korea, Joo-hyun Kim, who's making his 3rd appearance in the tournament, went 2/3 of an inning against Canada and an inning and a 1/3 against Venezuela. In that game, 15 pitches, 1 hit, 1 earned run. He struck out 3. It's Gail Pauline with runners on the corners. Mexico not done yet. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. First pitch called a strike. And 0-1 is a fastball that catches the outside part of the plate on Pauline. Quickly down 0-2.
I wonder if Mexico might send Resendez at first base with this 0-2 count. Try to create a base running run.
Set up outside. Now, South Korea had many pitchers available because, like I talked about earlier, besides the first starter for the first 2 games, Joo-hyun Lee, nobody had pitched over 2 innings. Outside. And there goes Resendez to second base. Base hit could really break things open for Mexico. 2-2. Pauline reaches out. Ground ball to second base. This time Lee has it, and the inning is over. Mexico plates 3 more. They get more support and take back their 4-run lead. Mexico adds 3 runs of support in their half of the 4th inning. And Wes, I think they're going to need it because the 5th inning has been South Korea's inning so far in this tournament. 14 of 17 runs scored in the 5th. And the only 3 runs that were not scored in the 5th were their 3 runs in the top of the 3rd today. Koo-Yoon Kim leads it off. Emiliano Sanchez back out for a 5th inning of work for Mexico. Just threw his 84th pitch.
Fair to say the 5th inning is a big inning for South Korea?
I'd say that.
On many levels.
1-0 is taken for a called strike. They scored 11 in the 5th inning against Canada. Bring themselves a win in that game. 1-1 on Kim as a breaking ball popped up in the air. Right side and out of play. And then the 3 runs they were held to against Venezuela also scored in the 5th. This one far from over. Two-strike pitch. Sanchez has been working hard all game. Has been fun to watch him navigate through this outing. 2-2. And he picks up another strikeout. Picked up by Aguilar. Good throw to first. 1 away. For Sanchez, that's strikeout number 6.
Well, Sanchez now nearing that 95 pitch limit. Nice little changeup.
He's at 88 right now. And here comes Samuel Jimenez. And looking at Aguilar, who's just jumping up and down right now. He might have gotten tagged by something on that play. Maybe a little shaken up. Coach Jimenez telling me that really proud of the steps that Aguilar has taken this year behind the plate to step up as a captain and a leader for this team.
Well, he's done a great job fundamentally blocking balls and then catching and throwing.
Koo-Yoon Kim, the new batter for South Korea. The pitch from the left is another one that gets away. Sanchez has had a few of those, but in between those wild pitches has been a really solid start. A South Korea team in West Seoul Little League that's reached the last 3 championship games. Last time they were not in the championship here at Livermore was 2019. Right by him, the velocity is still there for Sanchez.
Wow, that's one of Sanchez's best fastballs on his 91st pitch.
Here he comes. Down he goes. Kim goes down looking, and there's 2 away.
It's just a fastball on the outside part. Just paints. Well, potentially, Mexico can get 5 complete innings out of Sanchez,
which is huge. And you only got to worry about 2 for your relievers.
But now South Korea is in that mindset of counting outs. They have 7 outs left to score at minimum 4 runs.
And Mexico also still has Gail Pauline, who's their other top pitcher on this team. They both threw 35 pitches in the first game. Him and Sanchez both threw 35. So Pauline available for this one to come out in relief. Kim hits that hard to center field. Base hit with 2 outs for South Korea from Ji-won Kim.
Well, who knew Sanchez can actually continue.
Yeah. A one-pitch single.
Well, they sure are having a lot of conversations. Umpires, coaches, up first base line now.
They're going to pinch run, I should say, for Kim, who's the catcher. So a courtesy runner will be used at first base.
And if you're wondering, we've mentioned the temperature is about 85 degrees up here. Both of these teams are used to heat. Having been in South Korea for a full season of baseball, it does get really hot over there.
Fly ball deep into right field, moving back Duenas, and he drops it. Kim will come around and score. Junso Lee to second base. And a two-out run for South Korea on a ball that was tagged into right field by Lee.
Well, Duenas in right field had to go a long, long way. This is the farthest ball we've seen hit to right field this entire tournament. But Duenas was playing very shallow. You can see he's frustrated he didn't catch it, but he did a good job just to get to it.
I didn't think he had any chance of making a play there. Almost put it away. And it's Young Hui Kim, and this will be the final batter that Sanchez faces.
Well, watch how far Duenas runs. Look at how shallow he's playing.
Almost makes that catch. Throw back to second base to check on Lee. Ji-Won Kim was the courtesy runner that scored. The actual pitcher, who was the last out.
How's that for coaching?
Ju-Hyun Kim.
More speed on the bases, able to score on that pitch, on that ball.
Swing and a miss by Young Hui Kim. So Ju-Hyun Kim just scored. He'll come out to pitch the next inning. 3-run ball game. Sanchez the 0-2, swing, and just got a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive.
But I should also say, excuse me, Sam, but both of these teams are used to the heat, so the heat's not an issue for either of these teams.
I'm sure it gets hot in Mexico.
It gets hot in many, many places.
That's a good point. Gets hot here and then cools off in the evening. Last year's tournament, that ball skips away, and Lee will get to third. Last year's tournament had temperatures in the 100s. Luckily, not dealing with that in 2025. The crowd pushing Sanchez on. Here he comes, 1-2. And he got him! Emiliano Sanchez finishes his day. His 99th pitch is an elevated fastball for his 8th strikeout of the ballgame.
What an outing for Sanchez. He leaves the game. His team has got the lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
A gem for Emiliano Sanchez. 5 innings, 99 pitches. His last one, upstairs fastball to collect his 8th strikeout of the ball game. 4 earned runs. He only walks 2. And what a job by the young Sanchez, the lefty on the mound. He exits this game with his team in front and getting closer to an international championship game appearance.
And he contributed an RBI single as well, and he's done for the rest of this tournament on the mound.
What a way to go out. Antonio Fuentes, a walk and a strikeout so far this afternoon. That's a breaking ball that's cut on and missed. Ju-Hyun Kim back on the bump. Kim is the 3rd pitcher used by South Korea this afternoon. Got the final out of the 3-run 4th for Mexico. He's got Fuentes a little off balance here, 1-2. Loser of this game is done for the tournament. Winner moves on to face Venezuela. It's a jumper foul. It's been tense all the way through. Mexico played at 4 in the 2nd. South Korea responded with 3 in the 3rd. Mexico got 3 more in the 4th, and South Korea gets closer with 1 in their half of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss off Fuentes. Fastball right by him.
And it's fair to say, Sam, Venezuela and Hawaii have been the most impressive teams.
Definitely.
Of course, they are waiting for the winner of this game and the game tonight.
Those championship games on Saturday with the final on Sunday. Saros grounds it to second base. That's picked up by Lee. Smooth start for South Korea once again, but all 7 runs for Mexico have been scored with 2 outs.
And our game tonight will be Louisiana and South Carolina, correct?
Yes, sir. That'll be another good one. Over 2 is Angeles. Mexico's done a great job of 2-out hitting.
Angeles involved in that review tag play at third base where he tagged the runner right on his shoe.
And 1-0 just off the plate.
You think the sign guys are staying hydrated out there?
I would hope so. They're out there for every game all day. Now, we did have earlier today 2 consolation games that replay was not available for, so I wonder what they were doing. Just sitting back and taking a few games off.
Well, I think somebody caught one of them sleeping.
A little nap out in right
field. You
field.
can't blame them, right?
That's right, I know.
There's no work for them.
It's long days. Fouled back by Angeles.
They are under a tree, and they are very smart to be under shade.
Well, I love the event that this Little League Intermediate Baseball World Series is with tailgates.
There they are. But can't tell if Yankee had us sleeping. No, he's moving.
He's locked in. 2-2.
That's exactly what it's doing.
And for the first time in this game, South Korea puts down Mexico in order. A couple of strikeouts for Joo-hyun Kim. And South Korea with some momentum building. They've got the bats in the top of the 6th. Little League is focused on helping programs impacted by disaster receive the support they need to rebuild, recover, and continue providing children with the life lessons learned through youth baseball and softball. Want to support these disaster relief efforts? Text RALLY to 345-345 to donate today. Standard messaging rates apply.
That's 345-345.
There you go. New arm for Mexico. It's their number 2 pitcher, Gail Pauline. He pitched against Venezuela on July 27th, the first day of this tournament. 2 innings, 35 pitches, 2 hits, 2 runs allowed, no walks. He struck out 6. So Mexico's got to feel confident with the guy they have on the mound to relieve Emiliano Sanchez.
I did talk about the heat and how both these teams are used to it, but the players get to sit down on the bench. I mean, kudos to these umpires. They don't get to do anything. They have to stay out there. Greg Guyville behind the dish, Greg Anderman at first, John Kim at second, and Brian Riley over at third. They don't get to sit down in between innings.
It's a 1-1 count on Jae-yoon An. Pitch by Pauline. Ground ball to short, and it's off the glove of Valdez at short. So a leadoff base runner for South Korea. Well, Wes, you were talking about the umpires. The thing that I learned is that they actually have their own pins. You know how popular pin trading is here in Livermore? The umpires come out and give their own pins to the kids and the players around. Look at that.
And there's Audra,
This is Marco
She's
Rosa.
the brains behind us all.
Throw to second base. That's a good one. And it got him again. Aguilar with his third runner caught stealing, and that's huge.
Boy, it's all, I mean, this kid, we talked about him, 4 for 11 throwing out runners coming in this game. And South Korea is the deadliest team stealing bases. And watch the catch tag from Valdez. But it's all about his feet behind the dish. How quickly he moves his feet to get his arm in a position to throw a laser.
It's down low on Shi-Yoon Kim. It's 2 balls and no strikes. He has caught 3 of these South Korea runners trying to steal, which is a big part of their game. That one's out of the zone. Talking with South Korea manager Min Song-jong about the philosophy of their base stealing. He said that back home, all the fields are turf. So they're still trying to get the feel for running in the dirt and trying to play their game on these kind of fields.
Well, turf is obviously, it's a quicker surface for runners and the ball. But there is dirt at the dish and on the mound.
Yep.
And then the cutouts at the bases.
3-2 count on Kim, 1 out, nobody on. Here it is. Ground ball to short. It skips up on Valdez. He stops it, but no play. Another one of those hops that's been playing tricks on the infielders all tournament.
Take a look at the hop, and there's really nothing. I mean, for Valdez to get a glove on that was a plus.
2-1 Leo for 1 with a strikeout. And a runner on once again for South Korea. Aguilar setting up outside. See if he can get another runner caught. And what Aguilar's work behind the plate is doing is making South Korea maybe a little more cautious to take those bases, throwing them out of their rhythm. Setting up outside again. Pick back over to first base. Lee went down swinging on Sanchez in the 3rd inning. Lee showing bunt. It's a called strike. Aguilar so active behind the plate. Kim leads off first. There he goes. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. No chance for Aguilar. Kim moves into scoring position, and South Korea has another stolen base.
South Korea working with 5 more outs to score a minimum 3 runs.
Just outside. A 2-strike count on Lee. He started the first 2 games for South Korea on the mound. Now trying to bring them closer with the bat. Off goes the runner for third. It's outside. Throw down. Not in time. And Kim has moved to third base.
See Kim off to the races.
Now the infield for Mexico comes in with a runner on third. Pauline with The 3-2 pitch. Fly ball up in the air. Shallow right field. Resendez, the second baseman, has it. And it's on the transfer. He dropped it right after the catch. But a quick call over at first base by the umpire, Greg Anderman. And there's the second out.
Get a look at Resendez. There's the catch. And then Sam referred to on the transfer, and that's exactly what it looks like. You're going to get the out. Ball was dropped, transferring from the glove to the hand. That runner at third right now is huge. South Korea down to 4 outs left in the game.
Sojun Bean flies the first pitch high to left field. Saros makes the catch, and they hold the runner at third. Mexico will bat in the bottom of the 6th with a 3-run advantage. Mexico with a 7-4 lead, bottom of the 6th inning. These are the pins we were talking about from the umpires. They make their own pins when they come here to Livermore. Marco Rosen coming from Colorado. Ryoji Kashi has his own pin. These are the coolest things. And these umpires give these out to the players and the fans and kids all around.
I don't have one.
Well, we need to...
This is Audra Selman in the middle, and she is our brains up here. Everything, anything to do with statistics, she's our mind.
One of the unique traditions here in Livermore. You know what, next year, Wes, I think we got to get our own pins made. Give those out.
What?
The amount of requests that we've had for pins. Aguilar grounds it. Wow, that ball stays fair. And it's an easy play over at first base by Lee for the first out.
It's not an easy play for Lee. That ball's spinning. It's a cue ball.
Yeah. Came in slowly.
Sam, what did you say that we should make our own pins?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Now, what would they be?
I don't know.
Would they have a mic on them or something?
I think yours would be a pin of you on the moon, because you've been a big fan of the moon. So we have a Wes Clements pin.
First of all, what did you say? A Wes what?
A Wes Clements pin.
I'm not French, okay? It's Clements.
Clements, sorry.
Okay, that's a double fine.
Sorry.
Double fine.
Here's Alexis Garza. And the off-speed is grounded in between short and third, in for a single. Garza is on for a third time, a double, a walk, and now a single. Yeah, we get our own pins. That'd be kind of fun. It's a big deal out here. We've been requested for pins quite a bit. Samuel?
No.
Had a little flair to it. And Zano bunts it foul left side.
I guarantee you that Garza from Mexico has a lot of fans. Youth fans.
He's
got a lot of energy.
Yeah. Certainly a master of the theatrics. An expressive player. Ground ball right side. Lee will charge in. He goes to second for one. No throw. Back to first base. Lead runner is the second out of the inning. Mexico has scored all their runs with 2 outs. Dueñas, a walk and a strikeout. They are 3 outs away from going to the international championship against Venezuela. And what a matchup that could be. They lost their first game to Venezuela 2-0 in what was a great way to start off the tournament. Short ground ball on a check swing, but it's fumbled on the mound. Kim couldn't get it cleanly.
Such a huge miscue for South Korea because it flips the lineup over to Sanchez. It's just a little check swing. Gets underneath the glove, and Mexico brings up their leadoff hitter in Sanchez.
An RBI single in the 4-run second for Sanchez. He pitched 5 innings in this game, 99 pitches with 8 strikeouts.
Well,
first pitch to the leadoff batter. In the dirt, gets away. And Manzano will go to third. There's been a few little miscues by South Korea in the past 2 games that have costed them dearly. Sanchez flies it the other way. It'll be caught in left. Pulled down in left field by Do-Yoon Kim. And the final chance for South Korea when we come back. Gail Pauline on the mound for Mexico. 3 outs away from taking on Venezuela in the international championship game. He'll face Kwon Young Park, the final hitter in the order for South Korea. And then it's back to the top in West. Pauline at 16 pitches. I think for Mexico it's going to be important to try and stay under 35 so we can start that Saturday international championship game.
Well, it would be great, but if you're Mexico right now, you really don't care if he throws 50 as long as you get 3 outs and don't let South Korea score 3 runs.
Yep. If he gets under 35, it's only 1 day of rest.
And it all starts with the leadoff hitter.
Park is 0 for 1, a ground out to second base. Then it's back to the top and Ji-Won John, who's walked twice. 7-4. South Korea has made an appearance in the championship game of this tournament every year since 2019. 3 straight championship game appearances. 2-strike pitch. It's down low.
What was that? A great take and a great pitch.
West Seoul Little League has been dominant here in Livermore. They've won the tournament 3 times, most recently in 23. They lost to Louisiana last year. In 2019, last time they didn't make the championship, they lost the international championship to Mexico. Park staying alive.
Good job by Park, but it's just crucial if you're Mexico to get this leadoff hitter, and if Mexico doesn't, this whole dugout for South Korea is going to wake up. And their fan base.
Big pitch for Pauline. 3-2.
This is great stuff, isn't it? South Korea down to their last 3 outs, and a hitter battling and battling and battling. Teammates up.
Another payoff. Just outside.
Wow.
South Korea's got a base runner.
And there you go. Now the tide can turn on a few inches.
What a take by Park. Now you're back to the top of the order in Ji-Won John. He's walked twice. Strike 1, pick back to first. Ball gets away, and Park will go to second. It was a low throw that got by the first baseman. That's Sanchez over at first, who started this game on the mound. Pauline came into pitch. He's now at first.
Well, you call me crazy. That might be advantageous to Mexico to have this happen because you can put your first baseman now back into a better position. Keep in mind, Mexico has a 3-run lead. That run at second means absolutely nothing.
Ground ball by John, and now he's going to have to defend with 2 strikes.
It is interesting that Valdez, the shortstop for Mexico, is messing around with the runner at second. That runner at second means nothing here. He'd be better off just playing shortstop.
The 0-2. Up high on a breaking ball that just didn't come down. You see Aguilar. Let's bring that one down next time. Game that's been tense all the way through. Shortstop Valdez playing right in front of Park at second. Breaking ball that John bends under. It's 2-2. But this is really interesting over at short. Valdez is playing right in front of Park and trying to block him. Park takes the lead. Valdez gets right in front of him. 2-2. John with a fly ball caught in right. Duenas puts it away for the first out. Throw to third gets away. And now Park in between second and third. He is tagged out. That's the second out of the inning. Mexico was celebrating. They got one more out to go, but that is a huge second out. How was Park that far off the second base bag?
This is, we've never seen as many mental errors from the South Korean team in the last 3 years. Just in one game. I can't tell you one that they made in the previous 2 years. It's just so uncharacteristic of them. And give Mexico credit. They're taking advantage of when they get the opportunity, they're getting the outs.
Ji-won Hwang, the final chance for South Korea. First pitch, strike one. This inning flips on one play. And South Korea in danger of being eliminated before reaching the international championship. They've been to the World Championship game 3 years in a row. Champions of this tournament 3 times. The 0-1 pitch. Hwang pops it up. Aguilar, the catcher, makes the catch. And Mexico is headed to the international championship. They will meet Venezuela for a rematch on Saturday. What a tremendous game between these two teams, Wes.
Well, it was a great game, and kudos to Mexico. They took advantage of some uncharacteristic errors by the South Korean team, but the South Korean team played very good baseball as well. Mexico moves on for a Latin flavor final to face Venezuela.
So there's 2 teams left on the international side to see who's going to the World Championship. Venezuela and Mexico, the 2 teams that met in the opening round. The first game of this tournament, Venezuela beat Mexico 2-0. And we'll see them meet up once again on Saturday. We've got one more game in the United States part of the bracket this evening. It'll be Louisiana and South Carolina in just about an hour. But for Wes Clements and our entire ESPN Plus crew, I'm Sam Wiederhoff signing off for now. Mexico wins 7-4, and they're headed to the international championship game.